Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving into a topic that's, well, it's kind of changing everything for leaders.
Yeah,
It's artificial intelligence.
absolutely.
And we're not just going to talk about like the hype and all that stuff, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
We're going to really get into how AI is actually giving managers like you,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people listening to this,
Really, tools.
yeah, real tools that they can use every single day
Yeah.
to run things better, to be more effective, to.
Make their lives easier. It's
Yeah.
about working smarter, not harder,
Yeah.
right? That's what AI can do.
Yeah, exactly.
We are absolutely drowning in data.
Oh, yeah.
It's overwhelming. And I think what's really interesting is it's not just the data itself.
Yeah.
It's the sheer complexity of everything these days. Like,
Mhm.
the business world is so interconnected and fast-paced
Uh-huh.
that even if you had all the data in the world,
Right.
it wouldn't be easy to make sense of it.
Right.
That's where AI comes in.
Exactly.
It helps cut through all that noise.
The noise,
And turn it into insights that you can actually use.
it's almost like having this like superpowered assistant or something,
Right.
who can just like crunch all those numbers and figure things out and
Yeah, you said it's like real-time analysis
Yeah.
on steroids.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for like weekly or monthly reports,
Right.
you can have a dashboard that's constantly updating,
Imagine that.
giving you like up-to-the-minute insights.
So you can see a problem
Exact.
before it even like really becomes a
Yeah,
problem.
it becomes a crisis.
Yeah, think about that. Like, let's say you're a manager
Right.
and you're in charge of inventory.
Okay.
What if AI could tell you,
Yeah. Heads up.
we're running low on this particular product.
Yeah, we're going to have a shortage.
We need to order more, like right now.
Right.
Or you're managing a production line
Okay.
and it can say, whoa, there's a bottleneck happening right over here.
Right there on line 3.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you can fix it before it messes up everything.
Yeah, before it throws off the entire
That-
schedule.
That would be amazing.
It is amazing it's happening right now.
Right.
I think what's even more powerful is the idea that AI can help us not just react, but actually anticipate problems.
Okay. So we're talking about like predicting the future now.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
It's not magic, though. It's data.
Mm-hmm.
So AI can look at past data,
Right.
historical trends and all that,
Yeah.
and use it to build models that forecast future scenarios.
So it's not like a crystal ball.
No,
Okay.
it's more like, informed speculation
Mm-hmm.
backed by data.
So like if you're thinking about like launching a new product or
Hiring.
expanding into a new market,
Yeah.
AI can give you a sense of like, okay, what are the likely outcomes here?
What are the potential risks?
Yeah. What are the things we should be prepared for?
Exactly. It helps you make those decisions
Yeah.
in a much more informed way.
So it's not just gut feeling anymore.
Right. Intuition is important.
Yeah. But data can validate or challenge your assumptions.
Yeah. Data-driven decision-making. I love that phrase.
That's the key takeaway. It's
Yeah.
about taking the guesswork out of decision making.
Because sometimes I feel like that's all I'm doing.
Right.
Like I'm just guessing. Like, I hope this works,
Exactly. And
Yeah.
we all have biases,
Yeah.
and those can cloud our judgment.
Oh, yeah.
And data helps us be more objective.
So it's like AI can tell us. What-
It can provide evidence-based recommendations
Yeah.
to support your strategies.
Okay, so, you mentioned something earlier that I really want to get back to.
Okay.
It's this idea of AI being able to actually diagnose problems.
Automation of problem diagnosis.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It is cool.
Because, we've always talked about finding problems.
Right.
But what about figuring out, like, why is this problem happening?
That's the real challenge sometimes.
Yeah.
And AI can analyze all sorts of factors.
Give me an example.
Like, let's say you're having trouble meeting project deadlines. AI can look at individual workloads,
Okay.
dependencies between tasks, communication patterns,
Wow.
and it can pinpoint the bottleneck.
So it might be something that I hadn't even considered.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It might be a resource allocation issue,
Okay.
or maybe there's a breakdown in communication
Interesting.
that's slowing things down.
So it's not just like, oh, the problem is we're not meeting deadlines.
Right.
It's telling you why you're not meeting deadlines.
Exactly. It gives you that deeper understanding.
So we've talked about AI anticipating problems and diagnosing them.
Right.
But what about solving them?
That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah, because, a lot of times I feel like as a manager,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like putting out fires all day.
I hear you.
It's like just constantly reacting to things. And I never feel like I have time
Yeah.
to actually be strategic and plan for the future.
To be proactive.
Yes.
Well, AI can help with that too.
Okay.
So it can do something called resource optimization.
Resource optimization. What does that mean?
Well, it means that AI can look at how your resources are being used.
So like people.
Yeah, personnel budgets, time, everything.
Okay.
And it can suggest ways to use them more efficiently,
Oh, interesting.
to streamline your operations.
So give me a concrete example of that.
Sure, imagine you have a team working on a bunch of different projects.
Right.
AI could analyze their workloads
Okay.
and maybe suggest that some tasks be reassigned.
To like even things out.
Exactly,
Okay.
so that everyone's working at optimal capacity.
Nobody's overloaded.
Exactly.
And we're meeting our deadline.
And you're preventing burnout.
It's like having this, super efficient project manager.
Right.
Who never sleeps.
And never takes a vacation.
That's both exciting and a little bit scary, don't you think?
Well, it's important to remember that AI is a tool.
Right.
It's not here to replace human managers.
Yeah.
It's here to augment their ability.
To make them better.
Exactly, to give them superpowers.
I like that.
But we still need human judgment.
Mm.
Empathy, creativity.
Those are things AI can't do.
Not yet, anyway.
And speaking of things that are a little bit scary,
Okay.
we talk about all these efficiencies and optimizations.
Yeah.
What about the risks? What about the downsides?
You're right to bring that up.
Because it does make you think,
Absolutely.
what happens if we rely too much on technology?
Well, that's why we have to be mindful.
Yeah.
We have to think about the ethical implications, and we have to make sure that AI is being used responsibly.
And for good.
Exactly, for good.
So how can AI help us mitigate risk?
Well, it's actually a powerful tool for risk management.
Really?
Yeah. One area where AI excels is risk and fraud detection.
Okay, so give me an example of that.
Let's say you're worried about financial fraud in your company.
Mm-hmm.
AI systems can analyze patterns in financial transactions and flag anything that looks suspicious.
So it's like a security guard.
Yeah, it's like a 204/7 security guard.
Who's always watching.
Who's always watching.
Who's always watching and who never gets tired. That's incredible.
It is, and it's not just about protecting your company from financial loss.
What else can it do?
AI can also help you create a better work environment.
Really?
For your employees.
For my team.
Yeah, for your team.
So it's not just about the numbers.
Right.
It's about the people, too.
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So AI can analyze employee data,
Okay.
not in a big brother way,
Okay.
but to identify patterns
Uh-huh.
that might indicate someone is struggling or needs additional support.
So it's like it can tell you that, hey, this person might be burned out.
Exactly, or maybe they're not getting the training they need, or maybe they're just not engaged with their work.
And then I can step in as a manager and do something about it.
Right, you can have a conversation.
Right.
Support.
Provide resources.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
It's about creating a more supportive and productive workplace.
I like that.
And AI can also help with the hiring process.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it can analyze resumes,
Oh.
even conduct initial interviews
Wow.
to help you identify the best candidates,
So it's like streamlining that whole process.
making it more efficient and more effective.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
I feel like my head is spinning a little bit, but in a good way.
Good.
This is all so fascinating.
It is a fascinating field.
What's the big takeaway you want to leave people with?
I think the most important thing to remember
Yeah.
is that AI is not about replacing managers.
Okay.
It's about empowering them
To be better.
to be better, to be more effective,
To lead better.
to lead better, to make smarter decisions.
To build stronger teams.
Exactly. It's about using technology to unlock your full potential as a leader.
And I think that's what's so exciting about all of this,
It is exciting.
is that we've really just scratched the surface.
Absolutely.
We've talked about a lot of really cool things today, but who knows what the future holds?
The possibilities are endless.
So keep learning, keep exploring, keep experimenting.
And don't be afraid to embrace the power of AI.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Because it's here to stay.
It is.
And it's going to change the world.
I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me too.
Thanks for joining us on another deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
Until then,
Bye.
bye.